Okay. So now we will be using the application of matrices in solving the linear equations. Now these are linear equation in 3 variables and we will be using matrices and solve these equations. Now before solving this, the condition that we had already done, that was that determinant A should not be equal to 0, then only A inverse will exist, right? And when A inverse exists, then only you will be getting the condition as a unique solution case. And it will be a consistent case, consistent. But if we are finding out A inverse and if determinant A is coming out to become equal to 0, then there will be two cases here. One will be infinite many solution case and the other will become no solution case. No solution case will be inconsistent and infinite many solution case means it is consistent and we get infinite many solution. So if determinant A is equal to 0, then I told you that A inverse will not exist, which means that we will be getting either infinite many or no solution. So the next condition is we have to check that if adjoint of A multiplied by B is another matrix which we will be discussing here. If adjoint of A multiplied by B, if it is equal to 0, then we get infinite many cases, infinite many solution. And if adjoint of A multiplied by B is not equal to 0, then we get a no solution case. Right? So these three conditions you should know. Determinant A, if it is not equal to 0, that means it is a non-singular matrix. A inverse will exist, we get unique consistent solution and you get a unique solution, consistent case. And if determinant A is equal to 0, we have two cases, infinite many solution when adjoint A multiplied by B is 0 and no solution when adjoint A multiplied by B is not equal to 0, right? So now we come to this particular case. We solve the equation and this is known as the matrix method of solving the equation. So what we will do here is we will be taking the coefficients of x, y, z and we make the matrix. So the coefficient of x, y, z is 1, 2, 1, then 1, 0, 3 and then 2, minus 3 and 0, right? And then if I write it as x, y, z and this is equal to 7, 11 and 1. I can write down this equation in this matrix form. See, if you multiply these two matrices, you will get the answer as 1 into x plus 2 into y plus 1 into z. Are you not getting the same thing here? Then 1 into x, 0 into y, 3 into z. You are getting the same thing here. So we write down this matrix as A matrix, this matrix as X matrix, this matrix as B matrix. And we know that we know AX equal to B, which means that X by cancellation law, X will become equal to A inverse B. And here only this particular B matrix, which we had discussed earlier as adjoint A multiplied by B, it comes from here. This matrix is termed as B matrix. So whenever we are doing the equation solution of the equations, we will be considering that B matrix. And then we can deal with infinite many or no solution case. So you know that to find out A inverse, the very first thing is we have to deal with the determinant. So we find out determinant of A, and determinant of A will come out to become equal to 1 multiplied by 0 plus 9. So it is 9. Then minus 2 multiplied by, it will come out to become 0 minus 6. And then plus 1 multiplied by, you will be getting this as minus 3. So finally this is plus 12 and minus 3. So plus 12 and minus 3. That is plus 9 and 9, that comes out to become 18. So you will write that determinant A is not equal to 0 and so A inverse will exist. Right? The steps, are they clear? So now after this we come to the next part, that is we have to find out A inverse. And for A inverse, you know that the steps are, what do you have to do for A inverse? A inverse will become equal to adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. So we find out adjoint of A, and how do we find out adjoint of A? Adjoint of A will become transpose of the cofactor matrix. So first of all you have to find out the cofactor matrix, then you will find out the transpose of the cofactor matrix. Right? So let us find out the cofactor matrix here. Let me rub out this part. We know that determinant A is equal to 18. Right? So we come to cofactor matrix. So we write it as C11, which will come out to become equal to 0, 3, minus 3, 0. Then C12 with a negative sign. You will write it as 1, 3, 2, 0. Then C13, this row and this column, 1, 0, 2, minus 3. Then C21 with a negative sign. You will not take this row and this column. It is 2, 1, minus 3, 0. Then C22, you will not take this column and this row. So you will be getting it as 1, 1, 2, 0. Then C23 with a negative sign. It is 1, 2 and 2 minus 3. Then C31, this one, you will not take this column and this row, 2, 1, 0, 3. Then C32, this column and this column, 1, 1, 1, 3. Then C33, it will come out to become 1, 2 and 1, 0. So we will be, this is with a negative sign. So we solve it and we get it as the cofactor matrix will become 0, minus 9, so plus 9. This is 0, minus 6, plus 6. This is minus 3. Then next it is 0 and minus of minus 3 plus 3 with a negative sign minus 3. This is 0, minus 2. This becomes minus 3 and minus 4. So minus 7 with a positive sign. Then this is 6. And then this will become 3 minus 1, that is 2, and 2 with a negative sign. This becomes minus 2. This becomes your cofactor matrix. Now you will find out adjoint of A. Adjoint of A will become transpose of cofactor matrix, that is 9, 6 and minus 3. Then minus 3, minus 2 and 7. And then 6, minus 2 and minus 2. And now you find out A inverse. So A inverse will become equal to adjoint of A divided by determinant A. So determinant A will come out to become 18. So finally you know that you have to write down X matrix, and X matrix will become equal to A inverse multiplied by B. A inverse matrix is equal to 1 upon 18 because you know that it is divided by the determinant, and then adjoint of A divided by determinant A. Determinant A is 18. Adjoint A is 9 minus 3, 6, 6 minus 2 minus 2, then minus 3, 7 and minus 2. This becomes A inverse multiplied by B matrix. You know B is 7, 11 and 1. And this X matrix is what? X, Y and Z. So when you simplify it, you will be getting a matrix which is a column matrix. Column matrix means you will have 3 rows and 1 column. 3 rows and 1 column. And when you multiply this, you get a column matrix. Maybe the answer is coming out to be A, B, C. This multiplication I am leaving up to you to solve. So suppose we get the answer after multiplying A, B, C, which means that X will become equal to A, Y will become B and Z will become equal to C. So that is what is all about the solution of the equation, linear equation in 3 variables by the matrix method. So now let us come to the next question. It is given to you that find the product of these two matrices. So I may take this matrix as A matrix and this as B matrix. I have to find out the product of these two matrices, and then I need to solve this particular equation, these three equations, and get the value of x, y, z. So now using this product, now here when this particular equation is given to you, you can always use the earlier method, matrix method, if this would not have been given. But because this is given to you, we have to first find out the product. With the help of the product, you have to solve this particular equation. You should not use the earlier matrix method in solving this equation when these two conditions are given to you. I hope it is clear. So let us find out the product. So when you find out the product, you will get it as minus 4 multiplied by 1 minus 4. 4 multiplied by 1, that is 4, minus 4 plus 4, 0, 4 into 2 multiplied by 8. So you will be getting it as B multiplied by A matrix, which is equal to, when you multiply, you will get this as the answer, 800,080,008, which means that BA will become equal to 8 times I, and which means that I can always write 1 upon 8 multiplied by B matrix multiplied by A matrix, which is equal to I. And you know that A multiplied by A inverse is always equal to I. Now, if I take this particular, these equations, I can always write down this equation as 1 minus 1, 1 when I take the coefficients, 1 minus 2 minus 2, 2, 1, 3. And this is multiplied by x, y, z, which is equal to 491. Right? I hope it is clear putting down the equations in the matrix form. And as per the earlier solution of the question, we know that we write it as Ax equal to, maybe it is C. And so we write it as x will become equal to A inverse C. That is what we did in the previous question. Now, if you see here, this matrix we have taken it as A. The same matrix A is given to you here. And this is B matrix as we have taken. What we are getting is B by 8 multiplied by A matrix is I. That means if this is the same A matrix, which is given here as well as we got it here, we can always write that A inverse, we know that A multiplied by A inverse is always equal to I. So we can write A inverse to become equal to B by 8. So here in this particular question, you will not go back to the original matrix method to find out A inverse. With the help of this product, you will be finding out A inverse. So now you got the value of A inverse. Now what can you write? X matrix, that is x, y, z, which is equal to A inverse. A inverse is 1 upon 8. B matrix, and you know the B matrix is minus 4, 4, 4, minus 7, 1, 3, and 5 minus 3 minus 1 multiplied by C matrix, that is equal to 491. And you know how to multiply these two matrices. You will get this as 1 upon 8. This is minus 4 multiplied by 4, minus 16. Minus 16 plus 9 into 4 multiplied by 4, that is 36, plus 4 multiplied by 1, 4. Minus 7 multiplied by 4, minus 28. Plus 9 multiplied by 1, plus 3 multiplied by 1. Then 5 multiplied by 4, 20, minus 27 minus 1. So we will get this as 1 upon 8, and you can write 36 minus 16, that is 20, 20 plus 4, 24. This comes out to be 9 and plus 3, 10, 11, 12. And minus 28 and plus 12 will become minus 16. And this is minus 28 plus 20, that is equal to minus 8. and when you divide it, you will get it as 3 minus 2 and minus 1. So you can equate it and write down the value of x to become equal to 3, y will become minus 2, and z will become equal to minus 1. So that is how you will be solving these three linear equations in 3 variables by when the product condition is given to you. So till now we have done 3 cases. The first case was finding out inverse by the matrix method. The second case was when you remember this equation was given to you as x square minus 6x plus 5 equal to 0, and find out A inverse. So by using the equation we took the value of, we found out the value of inverse, and by product also we found out the value of inverse. So we have done 3 conditions, one by matrix method, one by this equation condition, one by this product condition, and we have taken out the value of inverse of a particular matrix, right? So now we can find out A inverse by another method, which is known as elementary row or column transformation. Row or column transformation. Here, when we are going for the transformations, you have to use either row or column, which means that if you have started with the row transformation or the row operations, you will be using only the row operation and not the column. But in determinant, you remember when we were using the properties of determinant and solving the question, we were using both row as well as column. So here we will be using the row transformation. You can also use column transformation and solve it. So what we can write here is, this is an A matrix given to you. We have to find out A inverse. So I can write A to become equal to I identity matrix multiplied by A. So I have written here as A matrix equal to identity matrix multiplied by A. We will be using the transformation, row transformation, and we try to bring this A matrix as identity matrix. And when we get this A matrix as identity matrix, we know identity matrix, when do we get? When this becomes A inverse multiplied by A. This is A matrix. That means this has to be A inverse matrix, then only A inverse multiplied by A will become identity matrix. I hope it is clear. What we will be doing? We will be changing this A matrix into identity matrix such that this will become A inverse of a matrix. Why? Because we know that A inverse multiplied by A is always equal to identity matrix, right? So let us start solving. Whatever row operation you are using on the left hand side, the same row operation you will be using on the right hand side. So what we will be doing is, our main motive is to make this as identity matrix. And you know that in identity matrix we have only the diagonal elements. The rest of the elements we have to make it as 0. So what we do here is, if I write R2 is R2 minus R1. R2 changes to R2 minus R1. So what do we get here? We will be getting 1, 2 minus 2. R2 changes to R2 plus R1. So we get 1 minus 1 plus 1 0. R2 plus R1, that is 5. R2 plus R1 is minus 2. And 0 minus 2 1. Whatever operation you are doing on the left hand side, the same you will be doing on the right hand side. 1 0 0. R2 is R2 plus R1. R2 plus R1 0 0 1 and multiplied by A matrix. Right? Now you will always fix up the diagonal element. Now see here, this becomes 1, which is the diagonal element. The rest of the elements I got it as 0. Now I fix up this element 5. The rest 2 I will be making it as 0. So to make this as 0, what can I write? I can write it as R1 as equal to R1 minus 2 by 5 R2. If I multiply this by 2 by 5, what will I get? 2 by 5 multiplied by 5, that is 2. And then 2 minus 2 will come out to become equal to 0. So I get a 0 here, right? The same way I can go for this R3. What will I write? R3 will become, I need to bring here as 0. So I will write R3 changes to R3 plus 2 by 5 R2. If I multiply this by 2 by 5, what will you get? You will get 2. 2 minus 2, that will come out to become equal to 0. So let us go for this operation. We will be getting this as R1 changes to R1 minus 2 by 5 R2. 2 by 5 R2. That means 0 into 2 by multiplied by 2 by 5 is 0. Then this becomes 1. R1 minus 2 by 5 R2. 2 by 5 multiplied by 5, 2. 2 minus 2, 0. R1 minus, that is minus 2 minus 2 by 5, 2 by 5, R2. R2 is what? Minus 2. Just calculate what you will get. R1 minus 2 by 5, R2. So this is minus 2 plus 4 by 5. Minus 2 plus 4 by 5 will come out to become equal to how much? Minus 2 plus 4 by 5. So this becomes minus 10. Minus 10 plus 4. So minus 6 by 5. So now I am directly putting this as minus 6 by 5. Right? Please check it once again. R1 is R1 minus 2 by 5 R2. R1 minus 0, that is R1. R1, that is 2 minus 2 by 5, that becomes again 0. Then here it is R2, that is R1 minus, R1 is R1 minus 2 by 5 R2. So R1 minus 2 minus 2 by 5 R2. R2 is minus 2. So this becomes plus 4 by 5 and minus 2. So it is minus 10 plus 4 minus 6 by 5. So here I am directly putting down the value now. I will be getting minus 6 by 5. Now R2 remains as it is 0, 5 minus 2. Now we come to R3. We write it as R3 plus 2 by 5 R2. So 0 operation will become 0. Then R3 plus 2 by 5 R2. So 2 by 5 R2 means 2 by 5 into 5 multiplied by 5, that is 2. Minus 2 plus 2 will become 0. Then R3 plus 2 by 5 R2. R3 is 1 plus 2 by 5 R2. R2 is minus 2. So this becomes minus 4 by 5. So 1 plus minus 4 by 5. So 5 minus 4, that is 1 by 5. So directly I am putting 1 by 5 here now. This is equal to. The same operations you will be doing it here also. I will be writing R1 minus 2 by 5 R2. R1 1 minus 2 by 5 R2. So 2 by 5. Then 0 minus 2 by 5 R2. So minus 2 by 5. Then 0. Then R3. R2 remains as it is. 1, 1 and 0. Then R3 is R3 plus 2 by 5 R2. So it is 2 by 5. Then R3 plus 2 by 5 R2. So it is 2 by 5. R3 plus 2 by 5 R2. That is 1. So 1 minus 2 by 5 will come out to become equal to 3 by 5. So we get it as 3 by 5. Then this becomes minus 2 by 5 and 0 multiplied by A matrix. Right? Now you see that in the first column you are getting A11 to become 1. In the second column you are getting A22 to become 5. Now we will be taking the third column case. In the third column, we will be making these two as 0 because we need only this particular element. So what can we do here now? We can write it as, now this R3, R1. Now this is R1. I need to make this as 0. So I can write R1 is R1 plus 6 R3. If I write 6 R3, that means this will become 6 by 5 and minus 6 by 5. So it will come out to become 0. So I can write it as R1 is R1 plus 6 R3 to make it as 0. Now check about R2. If I take R2 is minus 2, I need to get plus 2 here. So what will I write here? It is R2 will become R2 plus, and can I write 2 by, this is 1 by 5. So if I write 10 here, 10 R3. If I write 10 R3, then this will become 10 by 5, that is plus. So when we take this operation, that is R1 is R1 plus 6 R3, you see R1 plus 6 R3, 6 multiplied by 0 is 0. So R1, so plus 6 R3 is 1 plus 0, that is 1. Similarly, 0 and 6 multiplied by 0 is 0, it comes out to be 0. This is minus 6 by 5 and 6 R3, that is 6 multiplied by 1 by 5 is 6 by 5. Minus 6 by 5 and plus 6 by 5 will come out to become equal to 0. Then we come to the next part, that is R2 is R2 plus 10 R3. R2 is 0, 0 and 10 R3. 10 multiplied by 0 is again 0. So we get 0 here. Then 5 and then 10 multiplied by 0 is again 5. And then this is minus 2. 10 multiplied by 1 by 5 is 10 by 5, that is 2. Minus 2 plus 2 will come out to become equal to 0. Now the same operation you will be doing it on the other side. And you will write it as, you will be getting it as R1 plus 6 R3. So 6 multiplied by 2 by 5 is 12 by 5. So 3 by 5 plus 12 by 5. Then minus 2 by 5 and then 6 multiplied by 2 by 5 is again 12 by 5. So minus 2 by 5 plus 12 by 5. Then 0 and then 1 multiplied by 6 is 6. So 0 plus 6 is 6. The next operation is R2 plus 10 R3. So R2, that is 1 plus 10 R3. 10 multiplied by 2 by 5. So 20 by 5. 20 by 5 is 4. So 1 plus 4. Then 1 plus again 2 by 5 multiplied by 10, that is 20 by 5, which is 4. So 1 plus 4. And 0 plus 1 multiplied by 10 is 10. 0 plus 10 is 10. And then finally the third row is left out as it is, that is 2 by 5, 2 by 5 and 1. So when we solve for this, we get 12 plus 3, 15 by 5, that is 3. 12 minus 2, that is 10 by 5, 2, 6. 4 plus 1, 5. 4 plus 1, 5, 10. 2 by 5, 2 by 5 and 1 multiplied by A matrix. Right? Now if you see this side, this matrix, you see that in this particular matrix 5 is there in row 2, that is the diagonal element, and 1 by 5 is there in row 3. So we can take out 5 common from row 2 and 1 by 5 common from row 3. So when we take them common, we will be getting this as 1 0 0 0 1 0 because we took out 5 common, and 0 0 1 because we took out 1 by 5 common. So as we took out 5 and 1 by 5 common from this particular matrix, the same rule is to be taken to the other matrix also on the other side. So it comes out to be 3 2 6, but 5 common from row 2. If I take out 5 common from row 2, I will be getting 1 1 2. Then 1 by 5 common from row 3. So 2 by 5, out of 2 by 5 I take out 1 by 5. You get it as 2. Here again 2 by 5, 1 by 5 common and you get it as 2. Then 1 by 5 common, you will be getting it as 5. So you see that 5 and 1 by 5 will cancel and you are getting here as the identity matrix. So identity matrix is equal to this matrix multiplied by A. So you know that A multiplied by A inverse is always an identity matrix, which means that A inverse will become 3, 2, 6, 1, 1, 2 and 2, 2, 5. So you can always write down A inverse to become this particular matrix.